what we have here is an epic battle between two vehicles. Now, I know it's not 911 versus Corvette or Mustang versus Camaro, but these two vehicles, Forester RAV4, 20 odd years ago, along with a CRV, started the compact sport utility segment, which has just grown monstrously since.
And these two behind us sell far more than any Mustang, Camaro, or 911 or Corvette. So, under the skin of the Forester, we got a all-new 2.5-liter boxer engine. It's now good for 182 horsepower, and that's hooked up to a CVT. What's RAV4 got?
Also a 2.5-liter, only an inline 4-cylinder, now pushing out 203 horsepower.
Ooh, speed demon.
A significant improvement over the previous model, which had a very mundane 179 horsepower. So that is a significant jump.
So let's quit waffling and find out which one is the better all-wheel drive crossover. I'm also hungry for waffles. So
I like waffles.
Yeah.
Waffles. All right.
So Forester. Well, Brian, where do we find ourselves here? Because the logo is not a giveaway.
It has to be the Subaru Forester Premier.
And this is fully loaded, and it shows. This is a very nice interior. Dare I say, one of, if not Subaru's best.
Oh, absolutely.
The infotainment system is much better than it's ever been. But it's all ruined by that stupid screen at the top of the dashboard. It just displays redundant information. Okay. You want to see your fuel economy? Use the screen in the middle of the gauges, in the gauge cluster.
Okay.
Or you can use this stupid central screen.
So we have a 2.5-liter,
182 horsepower.
182 horsepower and a CVT.
Yes. It's a great combination, actually.
The two vehicles weigh about the same. This puts out less horsepower, but it just seems lighter and livelier than the RAV4. It steers better, it feels better in the curves. It is about a second slower to 100 kilometers an hour, but we're not racing these cars anyway. I think the overall look of the Forester is more mainstream. I do like the looks of the RAV4 a little better.
It isn't a bad-looking crossover.
No.
But
it doesn't stand out.
Yeah, exactly. One of the other quibbles I have with the car is that Subaru no longer offers the
turbo engine.
It's a little disappointing, but the sales numbers speak for themselves. You know,
I suppose
consumers went for the base 2.5-liter of the non-turbo, so it makes sense that Subaru would stick with that. Let's hop into the RAV4 and see what that thing's got.
Good idea.
Appears as though we are in the 2019 Toyota RAV4
Limited. $40,950.
So suffice it to say, the RAV4 and the Forester are within a stone's throw of each other.
So almost about a $1,500 price difference, but they're both top line models.
And what does $1,500 get you in the RAV4?
Well, it'll get you more horsepower.
Does it?
It does.
203 horsepower from its 2.5-liter inline 4.
Yeah. At a steady state, it's very smooth, as good as any 4-cylinder. But you push the throttle, it has a coarseness to it, most on Toyota-like. I'm surprised that they let this one go. I think it's a bit of a mistake. Now, I don't think it's a deal breaker, but it is surprising, and not in a good way.
I do think the Forester offers better visibility than the RAV4, especially out the back.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The RAV4, though, does come with a 360-degree camera, so that's definitely a safety thing.
You do have cooled seats, though, which the Forester doesn't offer, and you also have the fancy rear-view mirror display.
Yes, you do. That is freaky. Fuel economy. Both are, again, almost identical. I think one's a tenth better on the highway and the other's a tenth or two better in the city. So again, there's just a lot of similarities, a lot of equality between the RAV4 and the Forester. I'm going to say that the Forester is a little more driver-oriented. The RAV4 is a little more mainstream, a little more comfort-oriented.
It's not going to be an easy decision, but
we're going to have to come to a conclusion, aren't we?
Yep. All right.
All right, Nick. To me, this is not a knockout one for one or the other. This is very much 12 rounds, a decision. I mean, you have to look at both these vehicles. You got to look at the specs.
Yeah.
These are two extremely comparable vehicles in terms of size, in terms of weight, in terms of pricing, engine, and intent.
Some people may prefer the RAV4 styling over the Forester. To be fair, Toyota did push the envelope with the 2019 RAV4. And in the same breath, some people may prefer the Forester for its arguably superior all-wheel drive system and the visibility. But we've got to pick a winner.
You do have to pick a winner.
I suspect that some people might find a little more favor with the Forester's all-wheel drive system, ride quality, and visibility, and to a certain extent, the interior appointments, especially if it's the top dog premier trim like what we have today.
I pretty much agree with you. I like the ride of the RAV4 better myself. I do like the appointments a little better, but in terms of handling, in terms of your visibility, and yes, there is a superior all-wheel drive system, I'm going to have to say on decision, it's the Forester.
It's a little cheaper than the RAV4 too.
About $1,500 in this trim level.
Before you go, subscribe, buttons over Brian's face as usual, and tell us what we should compare next. It's beautiful spring weather, pick some fun cards.